Okay, so apparently this is the part 3 thing that I'm making. Or wait, is it part 3? I'm not sure. No, it's part 4, okay. Or maybe not, I'm not sure. But anyways, here we are, and apparently that's not what I'm going to show you. That's what I showed you last episode. This is what I'm going to show you. It's a work in progress. It's not really finished, but yeah, here's the Pop Goes Pizzeria, though. And we have Pop Goes up there. We have the parking lot. I know there's not another parking lot over there. Still work in progress. And there's a dumpster over there, and the area where Stone the Crow is, and the window, of course. By the way, this was a brain tease to make. Seriously. From how big the room was, I couldn't fit so many monitors in one area. And I'm still thinking that I'm doing it, that I did it wrong, though. And if you're wondering where the desk that you sit at in the game, well, in the actual game, this is the desk because it has the fan. Yeah, those are basically the work areas where all the guards work. I think I'm not sure. It's a weird concept for guards working there. And over here is the stage where where Pop Goes, Sarah and Saffron are and stuff like that. Trash cans, stuff like that. Some posters. Oh, by the way, that's a makeshift tree if you're wondering. And here's the staff room. I know, kind of cool staff room if I would say. Plus, I love these new slabs and stairs. They are really, really good. If you just want to make anything like that, if you want to make a cave or something like that, that's just nothing but just stone and not cobblestone, then there you go. By the way, there's the vent, but I'll show you that later. By the way, if you don't know what's in my inventory right now, I'm actually going to be making the Jolly map soon. I'm gonna start on it today though, but I barely think I'm gonna finish it today. Over here is the owner's office. Keep out, and basically the owner's office leads down to a staircase though. And yes, that's actually a thing. That's actually a thing in the location though. The location has a staircase and stuff like that leads down to the owner's office. And the owner's Fritz, if you're wondering. Fritz Gerald, the guy from the second FNAF game. Here's the server room where Blake normally goes and stuff like that. Yep. Weird concept to call the badger though. Seriously, you have to call the badger and make him go towards you. He doesn't kill you right away though, which is really discomforting and stuff like that. Here's the men's bathroom and female bathroom. By the way, this whole entire area didn't have a lot of stuff in it, but I just decided to add some stuff into it because it's like a big room, and I just felt like, adding some stuff so it wouldn't look empty. Like a table and some presents. Yes, I forgot what the presents looked like I don't know how to pronounce his name. The map creator, Yurak, I think that's his name. I'm not sure. The map creator of the FNAF maps that I've seen, the thing that I'm trying to replicate. I'm not sure if this is how he made the presents or something like that. The makeshift presents that were in the second location. I'm not sure. Maybe that's how they were. I'm really not sure. Anyways, here we have the kitchen and stuff like that, where we have a 3D printer. My style for a 3D printer in Pop Goes. By the way, these are pizza boxes, if you're wondering. Over here, we have another room. I forget which room this was. Party room, I think. By the way, the ventilation leads in, drags through in here. And if you don't know why I, decided to, make a drag through here, because it was, taking too much space for, the roof and stuff, the roof and stuff like that. Oh wait, I already showed this area. Why am I going back from there? By the way, these are all the signs for the rooms and stuff like that. Over here is the drawing room, I think. Big kind of drawing room, of course. Plus, all these rooms were a nightmare to make. The location is long, alright? And here's the arcade room. Well, yeah, I don't know if I did good with the arcade room. I don't think I did. I don't know. By the way, we have the arcade machines that are color code for all the Pop Goes characters, Pop Goes, Sarah, Saffron. Blake and Stone, which has, you know, an out of order thing, and it has a frowny face on here. See that? And yeah, all the stars and color coding on there is basically like, you know, is basically representing the room and stuff like that, you know, like what the arcade room looked like. And in here we have, you know, another party room where it has, you know, where it has another 3D printer. And over here we have the parts and service. Yeah, this was parts and service, by the way, the one that had 2 vents. This is parts and service. There was a bunch of other ideas for other parts and service, you know, rooms and stuff like that, but I mean they looked good, but they didn't look that. I mean, he thought it was a bad idea, though. You know, the creator of Pop Goes. Speaking of which, if Pop Goes 2 was out, I would do so much down there. And by the way, this is the switch to the, you know, the power switch to the entire building. I would have put a sign there, but hey, it's a work in progress. Like I said, it's not finished yet. And now, last but not least, I have to show the ventilation if I can get there, because obviously this takes so long to do with one hand. Oh, and by the way, yeah, I'm doing the Jolly map next. I'm gonna do some of it today, but I mean, I'm not gonna finish it today, though. I don't really have the time, because again, I have school tomorrow. Of course I do. Takes another few hours of my time. And here we have the, you know, ventilation, and has like the notice ventilation, do not tamper, you know. And by the way, yeah, you can, like I said before, you can color the words on there, like, you know, the letters on there. So you can, like, you know, have like colored words or letters on there. If you feel like doing it, though. You can even do it in books as well, like, you know, the books in Minecraft. Shoot, hold on. Sorry. Alright, now it's time to lead the... Oh, shoot, wait, hold on. Now, yeah, the ventilation goes up after the... When you get to this vent, though. I know this because I've seen the map entirely. And the ventilation is weird in this game. Like, it's so weird and so, like, uncoordinated. And yes, the vent leads out here, and I thought of just, you know, putting other, you know, ventilation, like, you know, hatches and stuff like that, you know, and there's not many, though. There's just only, like, a few. And this is the one that leads to the, you know, to the area that you are in the game. Wait, was I covering the camera? Oh, if I was, then, oh, shit. Well, yeah, that's the ventilation, I guess. I mean, god damn it. Sorry that it did that. This recording has not gone well for me. Anyways, yeah, that's the Pop Goes map. It's pretty, you know, good so far, I think. I mean, oh shoot, oh, sorry. Pop Goes looks good, if I would say. I mean, yeah, I mean, he kind of looks like Freddy a little bit, though. But hey, I mean, it's nothing compared to that Freddy over there. And yes, that is the area where I'm going to be making the, you know, the Jollies map. And by the way, I also put the, you know, sorry. If you're wondering why the banners look a little bit, you know, weird and stuff like that, it's because of the color coding for, you know, it's because I put the color coding for, like, each character in the game and stuff like that. Like, you know, green for Pop Goes, red for Stone, blue for Sarah, I think? I'm not sure. Magenta for Saffron, yellow for Blake, black and white for Black Rabbit, and white and black for you know, the White Rabbit. And yeah, the white in between is basically like, you know, referencing their other, you know, sides of them. And the purple is just, you know, Simon's colors. I always find that one interesting, though. Simon is, like, the most interesting one ever, though. Like, I like to think that Simon, that, like, you know, the developer of Pop Goes thought ahead, like, you know, thought further, like, he predicted something to happen in, like, you know, sister location, to where Michael was scooped, and he, like, made Simon to be, like, I mean, and made Simon to be like, you know, an endoskeleton for like Michael, I'm believing. Like, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe like, maybe Strings made Simon to, like, you know, be like like an endoskeleton to, like, you know, for it to be an endoskeleton, like, for Michael, of course, so he can actually feel like you know, like an actual human. I mean, he already has something inside of him, though. Robotic parts. I mean, yeah, that's kind of what, you know, it's kind of what MatPat says, though. I mean, hey, so far he is right. I mean, I guess so. I mean, I don't know. But this was so hard to make, though. It's still not finished, though. You can see that there's nothing on the roof. On the roof. I know. I'm going to get to there. But first, I'm going to do jollies before I get another brain tumor doing this. And plus, I don't have a brain tumor. That's actually just a joke. But it felt like I had one. Seriously, I thought I was gonna have a hernia doing this because it was so, like, it was so. I don't know. I just felt, I don't know. I felt like I had a headache, like, you know, doing this entire, like, you know, like, making this entire, like, map, though. I'm not sure. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. And yes, I will be doing more maps besides doing jollies and stuff like that. I will be doing Final Nights, I believe. FNAC 2, FNAC 3. I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna do that, though. But I believe someone can help me with the, you know, the Final Nights 3 map, I guess, because obviously I can't make a house that, you know, good looking, I guess. I mean, I could just... Nah, I couldn't. I mean, hey, I guess I do have an idea for how to make, you know, FNAC 3 and stuff like that. But I'm going to have to wait for, you know, FNAC 4 to do it, though. Because obviously, I'm going to do something that might sound a little bit strange, if I would say. You know how in Sister Location, you know, in, like, the Sister Location map where the, you know, the maker of of these maps and stuff like that, you know, the maker of that map right there, and the map that I was going to make right here, I'm thinking that, hold on, sorry. So sorry, I'm thinking I should do the same thing as him, because when he made the Sister Location map over here, he actually just, like, connected the FNAF 4 map and, like, you know, the Fun with Plush Trap area, like, you know, he made them connect to them and stuff like that. So I'm going to do the same thing with, like, the FNAC 4 map when it comes out. And I know FNAC 4 is coming out, though, because, again, Mako really didn't, you know, really didn't surprise me as much as when he booted up his own game. I mean, seriously, that's his own game that he's showing right there. Why would he back out of it if he's going to review, you know, FNAF fan-made games? I mean, obviously that's his game, though. Or Project Opaya. I mean, I'm thinking that's what he was making, though. What Project Opaya was. I mean, I'm not sure, though. I mean, if it was, then that's actually a good idea. That's actually really cool, then. But anyways, yeah. I mean, Jolly's up next, though. I cannot wait, though. It might be hard. I really don't know, though. I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna make you know, the sign outside of the building. You know, like how I do these and stuff like that. I don't know how I'm going to do Jolly and stuff like that. It's gonna be a stretch making Jolly. But anyways, if you want, you can, you know, comment down below what, you know, other maps I can make, though. I mean, I'm thinking of doing like a Dormatabas map, actually. You know, Dormatabas. Have you ever heard of that FNAF fan-made game? It's actually kind of strange a little bit, and the lore's kind of a bit weird in it, though. But it's fine, though. Kind of like it, actually. But apparently in this game you were in purgatory, and apparently you are trying to survive, you know, ghostly animatronics and stuff like that. Like you know, like animatronics that are basically, like, you know, fused with Mangle or something like that, like Fred Mangle, or Chica Mangle or something like that. And I don't know where Bonnie is, though. I mean, kind of like a FNAF 3 thing where Bonnie's not even there. I mean, he is, but he's not there, though. And also, you know, I Am Real. That one is kind of a bit weird. Actually, it's like, the original name of that one is called Cake Bear, though. I mean, it's, you know, like, glitching out through reality and stuff like that. Like, turning into, like, a Springtrap kind of character and turning, like, into its original self and stuff like that. It's kind of cool, though. I mean, it's cool and weird at the same time. Plus, speaking of which, they actually have a Cake Bear, you know, part of the game and stuff like that. Plus, there's also those animatronics that basically look like Mangle. Those are just known as Havok animatronics. So would be the Havok puppet, and that one just looks like if you like combined a puppet, the FNAF puppet with a squid. That's what it looks like. If you combined a puppet with a squid. It's weird. Plus, also they also have the props from FNAF 3, and they can actually kill you. Literally, the props from FNAF 3 are a dangerous thing that can kill you in the game. Strange, right? I forget what else there was. I mean, oh yeah, there was another Shadow Bonnie, I think. I mean, this one was kind of weird as well. It's like a melting Shadow Bonnie, I think. I'm not sure, but I don't know how I'm gonna do this though. I mean, Dormatabus was actually kind of made by the same person who made I don't know what kind of game it was though. I mean, it was like a FNAF 2 style game with, like, you know, the withered animatronics, but they're like but they look, you know, they had like a nightmare esque to them and stuff like that. They had like the bloody sharp teeth and stuff like that, and the claws and stuff like that as well. I mean, it's kind of the same thing, if I would say, but I forget what the name was though. I mean, I know what I'm talking about though, but I don't remember the name. It's really the same creator though, because obviously there's an Easter egg in the game where, you know, oh yeah, I forgot about this one. There's basically a Golden Freddy in the game as well of Dormatabus, and apparently it's like it's like, you know, phone guy inside of a Golden Freddy suit, and apparently it's dead, and apparently it also has, you know, like guts and blood, like connecting to the face, and like the phone is just like, and the phone is just bloody as well. I know. But yeah, that's the Easter egg where the Golden Freddy phone guy is in where he basically gets shown in it though. By the way, if you don't know why I'm stuttering, it's because well, this session is really not going good for me right now. I need water so I can actually freaking talk well. My mouth is dry. But anyways, yeah, I mean, I guess I have to make that one before I make, you know, Dormatabus, I guess. Plus, I'm also thinking of making Weekend and, you know, the Weekend map, and also Twisted Carnival. I mean, that game is kind of, you know, not out yet, but I'm just gonna wait until it comes out, and that'll be fun. Plus, I'm going to be making Circus Babies, Nightmare Circus is what it was called? I'm not sure. And yes, I'll be making Final Nights 3 and 4 though. I mean, I don't think it's a good idea to make Final Nights, you know, 4 map though, because it's basically just Fredbear's, I guess. I mean, there's already technically a Fredbear's map in the map that, you know, the map creator of this, you know, lovely place made. So I don't think it's a good idea to do Final Nights 4, but Final Nights 3, I'll do that one, though. I don't know how I'm gonna make a hospital, though, but hey, it's worth a try, though. And also, I'm thinking of doing something along the ways of just doing those nights at Rachel's, and I'm also thinking of maybe possibly doing The Joy of Creation. I mean, I know that the creator of this, you know, still lovely place was trying to make a, you know, Joy of Creation map, but I'm not doing what he's doing. I'm just doing something that I feel like doing. And I'm just going to be making, you know, the story mode and stuff like that. And I already know how to do it. I've made this before. But obviously, I don't know what to make else though. I need you guys to, like, actually tell me what to make though. And I mean, I actually just need you guys to, like, tell me in the comments what I need, what good idea that I can make and stuff like that. And I don't really want it to be like something really cartoonish and just like have like, have like a really like stupid like, style to it or something like that. Like one night at Flumpty's or like Five Nights at Treasure Island. I don't want to do those because they're just like, they're like cartoonish, and I just don't want to do that because it's like, not taking it in a real way and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how I'm gonna do the Jollies map though, because it has 2 floors. Jolly One has 2 floors. You know what I'm talking about. It has an elevator that goes up to 2 floors. One which is basically the downstairs, and one which is the upstairs. And god damn it, this is going to be hard. I've done this before. I've made the Jollies map before, but it didn't look good the first time I made it though. But now that they have this smooth stone, and they also have iron in the game, iron blocks, I guess I have the good material to make, the walls and stuff like that. Well, wish me luck on the Jolly 1 map. Hopefully Jolly 2 and Jolly 1, Jolly 3 goes good though. But still, the Pop Goes map is a work in progress. It is not finished yet, so expect more from this. So, and by the way, I forgot to show you this. Those are the, lights at the end of here. And by the way, if you don't know why there's a huge fence, well, that's actually accurate to the outside. Anyways, wish me luck on the Jolly 1 map, because I'm gonna need it, because it's going to be really, really bad in my book. Anyways, see ya.